Hey, it's the Fosters After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV. Tonight, we're breaking down Season 4, Episode 5, called 40. And guess what? Annika Marks is here, who plays Monty. So stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Foster Adams. Happy birthday, Lena. Adams Foster's Adams Foster Adam Lena. Oh my God, the big birthday episode. Can you believe it? How's everybody doing?
Great.
Good. Guys, you've got Annika Marks here, who plays Monty. Hello.
Hi.
It's nice to have you back in the studio.
I'm happy to be here with Taylor.
Yes.
I know. We have two special guests. So as I think many people know, but many people don't, guys, Taylor is here. Taylor Gates. She's been our intern for the summer, and she's a massive Fosters fan.
Yes, very big super fan. This is the first AFTERBUZZ show I watched, so it's like full circle.
Oh my God.
And it's the first show that she's ever hosting.
Yes,
so this is like
so awesome.
it's amazing.
Be nice, please.
Oh my God, I feel like a proud papa.
Aw, Jeff.
Let's do other intros. Sitting next to Taylor is Jillian.
Hey guys, what's up? You can tweet me at JillianLeff during the show if you have questions for Annika, and you can also use the hashtag ABTVFosters, and I will try my hardest, although, I don't know. Tweet at me as like a test, guys, because I don't even know if these tweets are going through.
Oh, we'll see. And if you're not watching live, but you want to watch live, we watch at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
And if you're not watching live, it's okay. We love reading your tweets throughout the week. We love reading your comments on iTunes. So thank you for those. Who's next to me?
Hey guys, I'm Hannah Prichard. Y'all can tweet at me at the Hotshot Dude.
And I'm Jeffrey Masters. I tweet from Jeff Masters 1. Let's get to the episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
please.
the big party. It was all leading up to it. Monty was there.
I know.
It was great to see you again.
Thank you. I was so happy I was invited. I was happy and Monty was happy. It was very
I know,
easy.
you would think with the history that, I don't know necessarily.
Somebody on set was like, how few friends do they have that they invited Monty? And that's a good point.
It's true. The drama has clearly passed, though.
Has it?
Exactly.
No, it has. I'm actually really happy that we've gotten kind of past that. It was a really
Me too.
very tense storyline.
Yeah. No, I feel like we've moved on.
I think that it is a testament to you, the actress, that Monty's able to stay on the show. Because for a lot of other actresses, it could have been this wicked witch of the West, and we never would have want to seen her again.
Thank you. I kind of feel like I just got there and I was like, you guys, I'm not leaving. I'm in love with this show. It's like Taylor. I'm like Taylor, but I'm on set. I'm like, I want to be here.
Well, they're listening.
I really think that I just kind of bullied my way into the show.
No, I really do think that it's because Monty has turned into such a damn likable character.
Oh,
Yes.
All the things that you've had to deal with, it was just nice to sort of see your smiling face and not have the drama be about you or not have you be involved in it, and you were just kind of like a spectator in the situation, except for crazy Jenna, who came over to you and
Jenna was the crazy one.
Yeah, she just wanted to not make things awkward.
Lucky for you. She was crazy in that leopard pantsuit. Okay, we're hard-hitting journalists. I have to ask. Monty has the line that she's dating. Do you think she's dating men or women?
Women.
Oh, really?
I do.
So in your mind, is Monty fully dating only women and not bisexual?
I think she's still figuring out this part of what dating a woman is.
Yeah.
So I think she's still exploring. No, I do think she's bisexual, but I just feel like she's dating women.
Okay.
I feel like she's exploring.
I feel like she's going to date
Curious.
Gabe. I feel like there was a slight moment during the episode that there was a little spark between them. Yes, and I was like, oh, is that something we're going to introduce?
Let me just say this, though. If any of you were dancing with Gabe, there'd be a spark.
Those pants, I swear, when he walked, you could see every
it's
muscle.
Crazy.
His shirt had two
His
buttons.
shirt was buttoned. Right, you guys, he just got off the sex offenders list. I don't know that was the best outfit to be wearing, but it was really wonderful to look at for 3 days.
Valid point.
Anyway,
That's
not hard to
comment.
create chemistry.
But also, let's play it cool because he's coming on our show, so we can't be too, crazy about
Fangirls.
him. Yeah, just like whatever. Like he's cute, kind of. Kind of cute.
Right.
I couldn't disagree more with what Hannah said about your character and Gabe.
Lies. You just wait.
Just to get that on the record.
Yes, go ahead.
Although I do say that's my new favorite compliment. Like, he is so hot. He just got all the sex offenders.
All right.
God, he's hot.
It's true.
I gotta use that.
That
Taylor,
takes confidence.
what do you think?
I'm kind of still rooting for Monty and Jenna, to be completely honest, but I kind of want like a sitcom spin-off with those two because they were so hilarious last night. Like, I need Freeform to pick up that like half-hour spin-off.
It's the odd couple.
Actually, really would
My
be
God,
funny.
Taylor, I already really liked you, and it just went up like 3 notches. Yes. Let's do that. You should write it. You're a writer. You should
All
write
right,
it.
that is my first job right there.
Yeah.
AFTERBUZZ making dreams come
Okay,
true.
after the after show, we'll write it. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
One of my favorite moments was the Mike and Anna relationship that's budding that we've been voting for all year. And then the Cierra bonding moment with her birth mom. I thought that was just like a beautiful and unexpected scene.
Yeah, it's cute. She talks to her almost like friends. Like, not so much mother-daughter, but like tapped her leg and like laughed at her. It was cute.
Yeah, they're talking about boys.
Yeah.
Can I just say that I owe everyone an apology because last week I was very critical of Mike and Anna, and I have to tell you guys, they made me cry this episode, and it was like such a sweet moment, and then everything clicked for me, and I was like, OTP, the new Brownie, what are we gonna call them? Are we gonna call them Manna? Yeah, hashtag Manna, like love it,
From
live
heaven,
it.
like the bread from heaven.
Like, it was just so cute. Him in his white suit, and they were dancing, and I don't know. I just, like, I fell for them.
What's
and
OTP?
One true pairing.
You guys, I can't keep up. I really can't.
But to be fair, before I signed on to this show, I had no idea what that was.
Yeah,
it's a
me
thing.
neither.
They've taught me
It's
the
a thing
lingo.
that people know.
Well, that's like shipping. Like, I didn't know what that meant.
You know
I'm
what?
like,
and you just like use it as a
UPS.
verb, and I was like, I can't. I don't know. I don't really know what you're talking about.
You're learning so much this night. To your,
Valuable education, guys.
to your credit, I think we had a full after show where people were explaining to me what ship with a P meant and where the word came from, which is a relationship, which now makes it make more sense for me. But they were talking about like shipping people, and I was like, where are we shipping them to?
Me too. When I first heard it, I thought it meant you didn't like people and you wanted to put them on a ship and get rid of them. And
That
so I
would
was
make
like,
more sense.
why do all these people want to get rid of me? And then I was like, oh no, they like me. Okay,
They really like me.
really like me. No, it got good. It got good after that. But
Yeah.
I was like concerned for a minute about where the ship was, where it was going to take me.
And as far as the show goes now, like, we don't need like root for Anna and Mike's relationship to work. Like, they're saying I love you.
Yeah.
It's a big milestone.
Yeah. I was kind of bummed though after he said it, she didn't say it back. Like, it was already understood, but I was like, come on, now you repeat that.
Yeah.
No.
It was just sweet.
I love that moment though where she says Mariana's dead to me. Like
Yes.
I just thought that was
This is
everything.
really
She's such a wonderful actress. I love
But again,
that.
with like the little friend relationship that they have, it was just like super cute. And even to see Mariana interact with Mike in that way,
Yeah.
I thought that was so nice because Mike was sort of like her male figure growing up. You know, he really didn't have that. And he obviously sort of fit a certain spot for Jesus, but who knew that him and Mariana had such like a cute little playful relationship because we don't ever see it. And I loved that. Like, I don't know, the whole thing, the way it was written, everything, it was beautiful.
Well, and Anna didn't really raise like she doesn't have a maternal
Yeah.
relationship, but she can be this kind of like big sister.
Yes.
Like there's a role for
Yeah.
her to play, which I think is what was so sweet about
Totally.
It is such a big sister moment. And Mariana doesn't have that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's so interesting seeing this mother and daughter try to figure out what their relationship is.
Yeah. And they actually haven't tried to overcomplicate it. They've naturally fallen into a little relationship that I like.
Yeah, they have. There was so much relationship drama happening, though, at this party in between them. And then we're going to talk about Jude in a second, but we have to mention Emma and Jesus.
Yeah.
That's not what I was expecting to happen. Like, I really thought Jesus was trying to make a full relationship with her based off the previews, and then was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. But it was totally not that. She was kind of like, I don't want to say emasculating him. Like, what would we say that she was doing?
So,
Making
like,
him feel stupid,
Well,
basically.
the thing is, and I don't know, Taylor, if you feel this way too, but when I was watching it, I didn't take it the way that Jesus took it when she said, like, oh, I should start tutoring you again. I don't know. I didn't take it as she was calling him stupid. I just took it as, like, I don't know, maybe I'm stupid, you know. She wants to spend more time with him, and, like, if she can help him out, that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
if it can be outside of the sex, if she can actually help him do something, then that's awesome.
Yeah, I think she genuinely like tries to bring out the best in Jesus, like tries to make him see that he's more than just like this like boy toy figure. Like he can be smart and like actually do something with his life. So I mean, I think Emma could be a really positive like relationship for him, like outside of just like being his girlfriend.
I agree, and this is the very first episode that we got a glimpse that Jesus might be smart. He helped his sister with the robot thing. Before that, it was jock this, jock that. I can't study. Like, what's reading? Yeah, I thought it was
That's
a really
what I
nice
loved about
moment.
it. Was like you have that whole female STEM club angle, which I love, which is so important and so timely, and it's fantastic. But then they don't make like all the guys, you know, their adversaries. Like, I mean, it's complicated, right? Like, Jesus is good, and she kind of invites him into her world. So it's not like it's girls versus boys. It's just they're just as good at this as anybody else, and like he's good at it, and they could work together. I loved that.
It shows maturity too, that he can collaborate, because clearly the other boys were like, I want nothing to do with this.
Right.
Like, obviously we're not going to help you. We're going to make things harder for you. Thanks for using the girl card, which I was like, excuse me.
I mean, we've just seen so much maturity from this character this entire season. I think it's a combination of new actor, but also the writing, and he's growing, and it's season 4.
I'm like obsessed with this Jesus.
Yeah,
like
he's
so great.
Yeah.
And when Emma
so good.
invited him to go like hook up during the mom's party, and he said, "No, it's my mom's party." Like, that's so much maturity for this character, more than we've ever seen.
Considering he's like Skyping at his grandfather's funeral party, like with
right.
Lexi, that's so far.
But
Taylor,
back.
bringing it back.
Bringing it
She
back.
knows
Season
the show
one.
better than all of us put together.
She does. She does.
I'm offended, but it's fine.
We could make a quiz, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna win.
Listen, if we made a quiz, I'm pretty sure Jeff would get a B.
Where is this going? I just tried to like tuck my hair behind my ear, but I'm wearing headphones, so it didn't work.
The bed skirt is purple. I'll leave it at that.
The bed skirt is brown. Have you seen? Oh my god! We have an eyewitness.
No.
Okay, get ready. Have you been to set when it's Courtney's house?
No.
Oh, darn it.
Well,
she has this brown bed skirt.
It's purple.
And people like to argue that it's purple.
Whoa, you guys! I didn't know this. That I can find out for you. I can do some reconnaissance. I can figure this out.
Thank you.
Please do.
I will
Thank
come
you.
back with an answer.
It's bigger than
That'd be
brownie,
great.
if you
We will
would.
see you in 4B.
No, I will. I will come back with an answer. I don't know. I just saw the toys. It's just a lot of toys.
It looked
that
that
kid
way.
has a lot of toys.
Oh,
was like
God.
hoarding of toys.
That
It's
house is
not
getting
great.
messier.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah.
getting my neuroticism like worked up. She's doing to spite me.
I know. I want to hear because last time I was here, no one was Team Courtney, right?
Nobody.
Was she on the show?
Nobody is Team
Yes,
Courtney.
we had a conversation about
Yeah,
her.
it was the very beginning of Courtney, was it not?
Yeah.
They had met on the beach.
Oh, you weren't here.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
deathly ill.
You were deathly
I was
ill.
deathly ill. And I don't
Yeah.
use those words lightly.
You were tweeting, but you were deathly ill.
I was. I had a sinus
speak. He couldn't
infection.
speak.
I had a sinus infection and a flu at the same time. I know what pain is. Okay, I'm Jewish. This is my plight. We were slaves in ancient Egypt. Okay, Annika, don't give me that look.
Actually, we have a fan question from Annika that's kind of cute. At This Is China Here said, Annika, who gives the best hugs on the cast?
Oh.
Well, Sherri gives me the best hugs. I don't know about everybody else, but I get good hugs from Sherri.
It's because they kissed. Spoiler.
I know, I was going to say the answer is going to upset people. But she's just like, she hugs and then she just gives you like a little bit of extra love. She's really a good hugger.
So
That's
cute.
sweet.
I know,
Oh,
it's true.
I love that question.
I
Thank
love
you for
that.
that. While we're discussing Courtney, we had the moment at the party where Dana Adams, Lorraine Toussaint, do we say it?
Toussaint.
Toussaint.
I mean, you can't,
Lorraine Toussaint.
right?
Toussaint.
She's so regal.
Where she just dragged Courtney.
I love that.
How fierce is she?
Did you scream a little too?
Yeah, I like.
Yes, fierce. It was V from Orange and New Black
real,
just
that's-
come out at
That's
her.
exactly what I thought.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I love that actress so much. Like, people shouldn't let me be in a room with her. Like, I was in a room with her. Well, I just love her so much.
Yeah.
I have to like.
What if
guard
Monty
myself.
moves to Lena's mom?
I know, like I kind of like follow her around a little bit. Like, I just want want to be in her presence. Like, she's just so regal.
Have you had more scenes with her before this one?
No, I just got to be around her, and I doubt I'll ever have one again because I think people are watching. Like, we need to like back her up.
They're just on in the background, like.
No, she's just fabulous.
She's so much like that energy just around her. Yeah. I feel like, I mean, for me personally, she told Courtney like exactly what I wanted someone to tell her, or what I wanted to tell her, which is don't take advantage of this person. And I think that the key for Courtney is that she's a quote unquote good person. She's nice, but you can like let someone take advantage. She's letting Brandon take advantage of her. No, she's taking advantage of Brandon, like even if it's unknowing.
Right.
You know, and like that's still not right.
Yeah, I don't
even
think
if he's offering.
Right. I don't feel like her intent is malicious by any means. She's just a little.
But the problem with that is that what you're really saying is she's an adult and he's not. Right? It's like she should be protecting him from himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reality is he's also 18 and like making adult decisions. Like if you met someone and fell in love and they were like, well, I want to take care of you in this way, you'd be like, great. But it's complicated because he's so young.
But if you think of them then as like equals, like I still wouldn't want somebody to give away like their life savings for me.
Right. No, I agree with you. That's true.
Yeah.
But it gets extra complicated, I think, because you forget that he's actually 18.
And I, like again, like the casting of Monty, the casting of Courtney, like she's a very likable actress as well. She's fun. She has
so
pink
pretty.
solo cups.
Yeah. I don't know. I think what they do so good on this show is that they untie a knot and then they retie it in a different way. So we got the reveal that now Steph knows that, Brandon is paying for something that is $5,000. We come to find out that it's her lawyer fees. But then it gets complicated again by the fact that Brandon took an SAT for somebody, which is so illegal. And I don't even know how he did that, because I feel like when I took the SAT, they like thumbprinted me. And like I had to like scan or something. Like that was way too easy. Like let me just, I remember when he used to make IDs. That's why I was like, oh, he had an ID. Like this is great.
Right.
He just has the machine, he's just holding on to it.
We have to go around the panel, starting with Taylor, ending with Annika. What do we think is going to be the response of Steph and Lena when they find this out? I ask because this is a huge legal matter, as Jillian said, but as parents who love him, this can like ruin his future in a really big way. So like, how do you weigh the legality of that versus doing what's right?
Gosh, I don't know. Like, just knowing how they've reacted in the past, I mean, I think Steph's obviously going to be super angry. Just like when she found out about the IDs in that like cop car, she was like so like cold towards him, and that just like that tone that she uses. And I think Lena's just going to be like very disappointed, and like which might even hurt Brandon more, considering their relationship has been so strong like this season so far, and I think she's just going to be very disappointed, and it's going to like ruin him.
Do you think that she will turn him in?
I don't know.
Okay, you can think about it. Jillian?
Okay, so I do think that we get to see Lena's reaction in the preview for next week when she's yelling at Brandon. I do think that that's what she's yelling at him about, and if it's not, then whoopsie. But I think that Lena's moral compass is unpredictable. Sometimes I feel like she's going to go one way and do the right thing, and then she does something to protect her brood.
Yeah.
She is a true mama bear, so I feel like it could go both ways, because sometimes she is so like queen of doing the right thing, and we need to do this, and then other times she'll surprise me and change her mind. But if she's yelling at Brandon because of all of this, how she knew, and I'm sure others know now, and Jenna knows, she didn't say that in the preview, but Jenna knows that he was there. I think that it's going to be really explosive, and I hope that we get to see that in the next episode and not have to wait for it. Because, like, they make us wait for everything.
Yeah.
They just need to, like, I need instant gratification,
Yeah, we waited a little while for this sex offender storyline.
We did.
True.
And then that being said, though, had we not waited a while, had it happened in one episode, I would have said, you're like, oh my god, this happened in one episode? Like, they can't, that's not realistic.
Right.
Hannah, any thoughts?
I mean, obviously they'll both be very mad. I actually think Lena will be more mad simply because she's been on Brandon's side through everything that he's doing. I think Steph will probably approach it more at like a legal standpoint of what is right and wrong for him to do. And I could see not them turning him in and not them turning a blind eye to it, but them convincing him to turn himself in or convincing the person he took the test for to retake the test. Somewhere in between those two.
Interesting. Annika, any thoughts?
I don't think I can comment on this.
Oh,
That's
because you know.
silly.
I guess Monty is a part of the school, like, so you might have some, like, a scene coming up. That could be really big
I'm just
deal.
gonna try to look neutral.
Okay, well, pan to me. Cut. Look at me in the camera. Don't look at Monty.
Also, what school is he taking this at? Because when I took my SATs and ACTs, I always saw students from neighboring schools that I knew. Like, somebody would have called out his name or saw him. You know what I mean?
I think what had happened was when he sort of like entered the room, he sort of did like a look right, a look left to see if he knew anyone, and then quickly sat down. So it's kind of hard. Also, just like think back to when you took the SATs. Like, I don't know, I was like super focused. So I like found my spot, sat down, looked straight ahead, like, you know, didn't try to do anything wrong, raised my hand when I had to go to the bathroom. So I don't know. I just think, but I also don't know how he didn't hear Jenna. Because she was screaming really freaking
He had his
loud.
headphones in.
I know, but how loud were his headphones? He was just walking out of the school. What did you, like, I don't know. And he was walking, which I thought was hilarious because he doesn't have a car.
That's so petty. I love that.
Well, you know, move back in with your moms and you get the car back.
All I'm going to say is that I predicted Tristan Chicones would be a bad person when they said his name.
Hilarious. That's a villain. That's a villain.
I literally tweeted, he's going to be trouble, Tristan Chicones. And he was. I have no idea what to expect because it's like I could see Lena doing one thing, but then I don't think she could keep the secret from Steph, and then Steph wants to do another thing. And I think that ultimately I would like to see them be okay with breaking the law and knowing this happens, like for the sake of, as Jillian said, like their like cub. It's a mama tiger. I think she could do that.
You'd like to see them do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You know, I think that's like something that you just have to live with for the sake of your child. I don't know how bad it could get, but I think it could get pretty bad having like Brandon fess up.
Yeah.
Lizette Escobar has some predictions. She said, I think Lena will be furious. She's the VP and she could lose her job, which she's already been through already.
Which, okay, but the thing is even if he does get in trouble for it, at this point, with the way they've set up that character, he's spending all of his money to go to college anyways, so they've kind of already ruined the chances of him going away to a nice school. So I feel like him getting in trouble for it and potentially messing up his transcript for this show's sake is not a huge deal because I think they're setting up for him to have to stay close by for home.
That's a really smart thought. If he goes to community college, I don't want to, I hate to like look surprised as I call you smart.
Listen, my SATs and ACTs were not that good, so it's okay.
I'm just jealous I didn't think of it myself. If he goes to community college, he stays on the show.
Yeah.
As I have like the college storyline, they visit him. Oh, interesting, Hannah.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Tweet at me, guys.
Okay, we're talking about relationships at the party. We need to mention, if you guys are okay with it, Joa,
Okay, is that what
Jude,
it is?
and Noah, is that what we're calling them?
Chris Ria likes Juno. I like Juno. I think it's
Juno
cute.
too. But is it Junoa?
Juno.
Juno. That's
Juno. I like them, Juno.
Juno. Juno.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe Taylor would know best. Like, what are people calling them?
It's like it's split.
I've seen so much Joa.
Joa. Nude, which is
Oh yeah, nude is
awkward.
just weird. We talked about that.
I like
Yeah.
nude.
Yeah, we talked about that. Let's just say Joa for now, and then we'll obviously be corrected because
Yeah.
everyone has opinions.
But not everyone has correct ones. I do. So Noah is played by Kalama Epstein. He's Hawaiian.
Oh, what a name.
Is he Jewish?
I think so. I've never heard of a Hawaiian
Maybe
Jew.
we'll try to get him on the show. I need to ask him.
Yeah, y'all can bother.
We brought you here
We're
for one reason.
We're sending Annika back with homework.
Yeah.
Is Kalama Epstein Jewish? And wait, what was the other one?
bedspread.
Is the bedspread
bedspread.
brown?
Wait,
yeah.
how could I forget?
By the way, during our conversation before, more people have tweeted me pictures of that damn purple bed skirt than you.
Who has a purple bed skirt? I've only seen a brown one.
Listen, I'm telling you, it's because our TV is the coloring's off. That's all that it is. It's probably purple.
I've had eye problems a lot this year, so we can get into that later in like another 3 hours. So Jude and Noah, new to Joa. So he saw the picture of Connor with his arm around somebody.
Sure.
He said, "Oh, it's his new boyfriend." That's hearsay. That's arbitrary. He could have just been like ranting.
Sure.
So I don't think we actually know if Connor does have a boyfriend or not.
Okay. But he was in San Diego and he didn't text Jude and say what's up.
True. That's a burn.
But he's an ex.
He may not be ready. He may not be ready.
Listen, exes are exes for reasons. You know, maybe he just wasn't about it.
He's not obligated to call.
Nope.
Jude.
No.
You're right.
Taylor, you look so pained.
It's sad. Like, it's really sad. Like you were together with this person. Like, they ended like somewhat amicably, right? It wasn't like a really messy breakup. Like, you'd think like he doesn't come that often. You'd think you'd want to see him.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
So concerning the Jonna relationship, people were so upset when they broke up last season, and we kind of treated it lightly as people break up. That's what happens.
Yeah.
And whether or not it was right for the storyline, I actually think that for me, I treated it a little bit too lightly. And I think I was able to brush past people's feelings because for like the queer community, seeing a character that's LGBTQ on screen is so exciting and it's so limited in our TV viewing experience. And then to have a character like that represented on screen and then dating someone else, it was such a celebration for this show and such a high point. And when that ended, whether or not it was right for the storyline, people were really upset. And I think that at least I didn't honor that because it is a massive thing, especially to LGBTQ characters that are so young to like have a relationship. And it makes me a little bit sad now, sadder than I was thinking about it, that they did end it. Yeah.
I've like grown to like though what they're exploring with Jude.
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, like I don't think it was wrong for the show, but there are just so few of our characters represented on TV to have a relationship represented and like one that was completely positive and joyful. You know, there's nothing bad about it. To have that taken away, I think is what made fans kind of like rally up against it.
Yeah, that's true.
But I also think there's something to be too precious about that relationship because it's two young gay characters.
Yeah.
Is also a mistake, and it's honestly what I think straight showrunners would have done because they would have been so afraid of being criticized, you know. And I feel like this is life, and part of the message is they aren't the only two 13-year-old gay boys out there, so they're both going to go on and have other relationships. Like part of the message I think is about like you don't have to hold on so tightly to something just because you're afraid that nobody else is going to love you. Like you're lovable, you're perfect. This is one relationship. There will be many, many more. Yeah. Like in a way, it feels to me like it's just the truth, and the truth can be painful. But how beautiful to have the truth reflected.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying. I don't know how like story-wise, just any 13-year-olds dating, like where that can go. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. And also it's complicated because it's on the show, which is The Fosters, which has so many shining examples of queer characters in relationships.
Right.
I think also just as like two 13-year-olds, we have to remember that their relationship was a lot more than I had when I was 13 years old. Like, I didn't even kiss my boyfriend. We walked down the hallway and held hands. Yeah, like, oh my God, you have cooties. Like, I'm not going to kiss you. Or like, oh, I'm too nervous to kiss you. It was like, we can hold hands and like, we could tell people we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but their connection was so much deeper. And I think that it's good for Jude now that he's sort of like moving on, and really the most exciting part of a new relationship is the chase. And for him, I think this episode we really got to see how excited he was for this new guy and for how forward he is and for how open he is about his sexuality, because Connor was not like that. And neither was he when he had first come out. You know, everyone was sort of a little closed off and they sort of grew into their own. But now you meet this guy who is not only has a mother that is the head of a church, which is like odd in itself, but someone that is so outwardly open and continues to get criticized online. You know, we talk about online bullying, especially in this, situation where a lot of, people in church say that it's wrong to be gay and it's wrong. You know, we have an accepting community with this kid. And for him to just be so like out there, and it's kind of like, I feel like it's such a turn on for Jude. Like, he's never had this before, and it's new. And I think that's what's exciting. And for us as viewers, I know in the preview, I got so excited that they're just, like, being, like, cute, like, and, like, kissing. I don't know. It's a different experience. And I think that's what I like so much, because we love Hayden as an actor here. Yeah. And to see him in a completely different light, I think that's awesome.
And I think part of the pain for fans is that Gavin was just a huge part of the show. And so it's also letting go of the idea that, you know, he was a huge piece of this cast of characters that you were following. And the truth is, it's Jude's story, and we're moving on with Jude through his romances. And that's, I think that exists on every show because you get attached to recurring characters that feel like, oh, now I'm attached to this, but they're not actually the heart of the show, right?
Yeah. And I think that hurt is part of like the TV viewing experience.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Ross and Rachel didn't get together the first season. Not that I think there are Ross and Rachel, but it's fantastic to see Noah, who's an example of a queer character who is 13 or 14 and is so okay with his sexuality.
Yeah.
He doesn't question it one bit.
No.
It's very modern in that sense too, like the way more people are today than like when I was growing up.
Actually, it's really funny. The fans keep bringing up the Photoshop in Connor's picture because actually it was a picture of him and Jude that they just superimposed a new face and body on top of. Yeah, it's really funny.
God.
Oh, really?
Which I didn't realize when I first saw it. I just thought, oh, that's really bad Photoshop. But like, I get it, whatever. So yeah, that's funny. So I had to mention it because all you guys are tweeting me about it right now.
All these detectives.
Yeah, like, geez, on the case, Nancy Drews.
I think it's really cool though that Jude's character is the youngest on the show, and the relationships that they have presented with his character are some of the most mature relationships on the show and on TV that I've seen for like young adults or teen characters. It's like crazy to me. First with like the coming out experience with Connor, and both of the individual characters and the relationship in that, and now having this other character who is openly gay and the church, and him talking about online bullying and not being into social media. It's like such mature thoughts for all of these relationships that are surrounding Jude, which is so cool to me.
Yeah.
I love that they're using his character as like a catalyst to present all these mature relationships.
We have like obviously mixed opinions from fans because, you know, obviously there are still diehards out there. ABTV Foster fan said, but if we still have faith in Browley, can we still have faith in John, or maybe in the future? I don't know. And then Savannah Watkins said, I completely agree with you guys. Your first love normally isn't your last, and I'm excited to see Jude exploring.
Oh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the way that Noah handled it with the, you could ask me out.
I know, I love that.
So
That was
funny.
beautifully written, and then he was perfect. That was beautiful.
cute.
Almost as perfect as his hair.
I know.
Yeah, it's like beautiful.
It is.
He has like
He's a beautiful
3
kid.
inches of hairline on me. I'm so jealous. Oh, it makes me, boy, I'm so angry. Moving on down the relationship line of the party. Who wants to discuss Callie, AJ, Aaron, as I like to call it, Kajarin?
I love that.
Wow. That's okay.
I'm so torn because I like all of them. I really like Aaron.
I like Aaron,
a lot.
too.
I really like Aaron.
I do too.
And it sucks because I like just got on board with Callie and AJ.
Me too!
I was like, I love them, and I'm like, oh, but I kind of like Aaron too.
I know it. And AJ or Tom was working it
Yeah.
in all those dances. I was like, I think Tom may be having the most fun on that set right now.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun seeing all the characters dressed up.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys see the costume fitting videos?
Oh, hell yes.
No.
Oh, hell yes.
They're ridiculous.
If you guys-
It was so fun.
If you guys haven't seen it, on the Fosters Facebook page, go and find it right now. All last week, they released videos each day of every cast member during their costume fitting dancing to music, which was like hilarious. It was so good. It
Is
was
that
so
what
good.
the Gabe one was from?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like
haven't
we
seen
all
it.
sat around, like it was like 3 days, and we were all in sequins and high heels on set together, and like most of us don't get to work together,
Yeah.
you know. And it was just it was a giant party. That
But,
went
like,
on.
That's awesome.
It was like, but it was like a party that started like way too late at night because like there was, there's no alcohol. It's
yeah.
like it was just, but it just went on for. You just kind of felt like it was so odd, like you're in stiletto heels and sequins,
In the
and
same
there's
clothes.
like in the same clothes 3 days in a row. It was really odd, and we were all just hanging out. And it was really funny.
But still,
was
riddle
really
me
funny.
this. How did they throw that party? What kind of budget was that?
Oh, girls, circle it on my notes.
Okay. I'm just saying, I've never had a party like that.
There were so look at the The 2 Jews on the panel are worried about how they pay for the party. Do you realize that?
My bat mitzvah was not like that.
Okay, so we see Steph making food. I'm like, I get it. It's a DIY situation. The party was gorgeous and amazing.
Yes.
But then the unfortunate part was that littered throughout was all the talk of money in the IRS with Lena's dad, and then they might lose the house. They dropped that bomb at this $1,000 party. Thousands.
Yeah. It looks like they have like a cake from like Cake Boss or something. Like that, like, did you see
Did
that?
I
Like,
miss like the food table? Y'all were talking about the cookies, the cake.
Oh,
Did I
honey,
just like keep
it was
looking down
amazing.
every time they showed the food?
They did a nice slow pan of the entire food table when Jesus was taking a cookie. Obviously, I'm starving because that's the only thing that took away from it.
I was eating while I watched it, so
my
I was
God.
really concerned about my own food.
How much of the food table was edible?
Oh, it was edible.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it was
did you all eat
It's
it?
all food. Yeah, they do that a lot. Like you could eat a lot on the Foster set. A lot.
That's
a lot.
wonderful.
Like you have like a dinner. Like you go to dinner and it's like they're constantly bringing you more garlic bread because you keep eating all of it.
That's
like,
wonderful.
It's a good place to be. If
Then
you
how are they
wanna
all
eat.
getting in shape during filming this show? Because I would just be packing on the pounds if we were eating during like every scene. It's great.
I mean, I don't think there's cast members that just can't gain weight no matter what they eat. It's true. It's
Lucky.
true. I don't know anything about that, but it's for some people that seems to be the way it is.
The
I don't
lucky
understand
people in the
it.
world.
Yeah.
Lucky
well,
people.
You know,
That's so funny.
I think garlic bread is worth it personally.
For real.
You know.
Yeah.
So we don't know how they're paying for the party. I don't think they'll
Especially
ever
now, more
explain,
than ever.
probably.
I don't know.
I know. I didn't realize that they had like taken a like second, not mortgage, but on the house.
Well, they didn't even
pay
talk
for it.
about
Oh, credit line or whatever.
Like they
Yeah.
didn't even,
I don't even know those
reveal
words.
to Lena's parents about paying for Gabe's sex offender thing. Like they didn't even mention that. She was just like, "Oh, we've taken out. It's like been stuff for the kids and for house repairs and stuff like that." So I don't even think that they know the extent of what's going on, and I feel like that's going to cause even more. Like, how could you take a $20,000 line out on the house when?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not even theirs, or I feel like if somebody co-signs, you kind of have to let them know. Obviously, they have equity in the property. So you really should be letting them know before making big decisions like that. And then I feel like that's going to cause a rift. But I'm happy that he's not cheating on Lena's mom. Because I feel like that would have been just like messy as hell, and who needs that?
Yeah, that would have been too much.
Yeah, and then just the money situation on top of all these like credit lines they've taken out on the house. They have 5 kids, and clothing them and feeding them and like driving them as chauffeurs to like practices. It's so expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I really was nosy and wanted to know how much he owed the IRS. I was very curious about that. I'm like, please tell. Because I feel like everybody owes money to the IRS at some point. And I'm like, how much do you owe, sir?
Yeah, but like, what's manageable? Like, what can he handle?
I don't
know
know.
what that number is.
Maybe he could take SATs for somebody and get paid for cash.
You're right, Jeff.
There's a lot of ways to make money. Before we wrap up the Callie storyline, I'm really into, as Jillian said, her Nancy Drew moment. She's been wearing the yellow, just like the book. Nancy Drew.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I like this detective side of her.
Of Callie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like her and Aaron working together. I don't think love-wise. I don't know if I see them. Like, I think the relationship is very cute, but it's hard for me to be so critical of Courtney and not be critical of Aaron and Callie because Aaron is older. So if we're gonna talk about that situation, listen. I mean, I'm just stating like the facts. Obviously, Courtney has a kid; it's a different story.
They
But if
couldn't
we're
be
gonna
more different.
But if we're gonna be critical
No,
of
that's
ageism,
a really good point.
yeah, if we're gonna be
Stop
ageist about it,
No,
hold
you're
on.
right.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, because I think you're right. I think we give more leeway to older men and younger women. This is a very good point.
Like, so if we're gonna take the age angle, I mean, listen.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Out of
Yes,
the fiery
sure.
depths in hell, I do not want Brandon and Courtney to be together.
Great.
I'm still holding out for Brownie.
you're
All
not
of you
in
know that.
You're not in defense of anything. You're just equally going to rain down on
Exactly.
people.
Like Aaron, very likable character. I think that they definitely have some chemistry. We loved that little, we loved the beach scene with them and all the things leading up to it. But do I see
I
them?
feel like me and Jeff need to be like this at you right now.
Well, I don't know. Taylor, what's your opinion? Because
I'm willing to hear you out. Like,
Okay.
what do you
Oh,
mean?
sure.
Like,
Is it
Because you're on that side of the table.
Ask Taylor.
I'm willing
sure.
to hear you out.
well,
Sure.
just because I can kick her under the table.
Okay.
No,
Lena's call.
I just think that if we're going to be critical of Courtney, we have to be critical of Aaron. And I just am really liking Callie and AJ right now. And I think I need to see that through. And obviously, AJ is already affected by Aaron because, especially of that text that we saw go through and how
Hello?
giggly Callie was.
Aaron? Hey, this is Jeff. It's the Foster's After Show on AfterBuzz TV. I was just wondering how much money Callie's given you. I was wondering how many rent payments she's given you. Okay, one last question. Do you have a bed skirt? No. It's a no. It's a no. Okay, cool. We're going to talk to your publicist and try to get you in. Okay. Oh, love you. Bye.
No, but seriously,
Okay,
we
some
do really
off my phone
want.
call. She's given him no money.
Yeah.
He has a wood bed frame, he says, so no bed skirt.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
going.
basically, he's just like an adorable intern at this point that's willing to help her and obviously has feelings for her. And although meeting AJ, which I don't like this about his character, that even though he met Callie's boyfriend, he's still being flirty with her and texting her as if AJ is not even there.
She kissed him.
Yeah, but that was like during a string of lies and she was going through some stuff, which like Callie's crazy sometimes, all right? Like we talk about it. She's not all there sometimes. She's just like, she thinks before, she doesn't think at all. She just acts before she thinks.
Well, she has this beautiful hero complex.
Sure.
Where like Kyle or anybody else is in need
Yes.
and she has to save them.
Yeah.
And often she does. But do we know how old Aaron is? He's in college or out of college?
I thought 22 or 23.
know.
Do you know?
Oh, I'm thinking about
How
relationships.
do you not
20s,
know?
I know.
I'm disappointed right now.
So embarrassed.
Hi, ABTV Foster fans. Tweet me how old Aaron is because I want to prove Jeff wrong.
We have a lot of opinions, but when it comes to their ages or their grades, we never get it
Yeah,
right.
we just
No.
like are always wrong.
Well, it's a little confusing.
Yeah.
It's a little confusing because you don't know if a year is a season. It's just
Right.
confusing. Yeah.
Thank you
Freeform
so
really
much.
misses me
No,
up in general
you-
on ages. Like it really, really does.
Yeah.
Actually, also too, which I don't know for a fact if this is true or not, but Leander brought up a great point about Aaron. We have talked before how Aaron is transgender, and they hope that Aaron won't be portrayed as a trans character on the show, but in fact just a normal guy. And I hope that that's where they're going, and I think that's where they're going. I don't know if you guys have any insight into that, but
All signs point to him being cisgender so
yeah,
far.
like I love it, and I think that that's how it should be. Equal, everything should be, like that. But and everyone's like, thank you for bringing up the fact about the ages. So guys,
Cool.
it's fine. It's fine. Okay, Aaron is 19, Courtney's 21. Somebody just said that to me.
But here's the thing, is because if they don't do a thing with Callie and Aaron, I would like a new love interest for Aaron because I really like Aaron and his like flirtiness with I like his flirtiness with Callie because like when they were talking with Kyle, that's his name, right? And Aaron just watched her. And it was adorable. It was so cute. It was. I'm sorry, but she would do things and he'd just be. It was sweet. It was
Listen,
sweet
I'm
to
not
me.
against it. I think that they definitely have a connection. But do I think that it's like we're shipping them all together?
No, I don't know
think
yet.
so.
That's why I'm okay shipping all three of them as of right now. Because AJ has been really sweet to Callie recently and very understanding. But I like the new chemistry between Aaron and Callie. So I'm okay shipping all three of them until we figure out who's going to be with who.
I hope, this is my hope for this relationship, right? So we talk about it all the time. What does Callie want to be when she grows up? And I hope that Aaron rubs off on her in the sense of what he's doing with his job. And hopefully this provides her some sort of inspiration for what she wants to do later in life. Whether it be this or whether she be a social worker or anything like that. I feel like the show does a really good job of giving viewers an idea of what Callie's future looks like. We know she's an artist, but I still feel like she has such a strong passion for her life and what she's been involved with. And my little hope is that Aaron rubs off on her in that sense.
Yeah.
I agree. We as a panel are very invested in Callie's future.
Yeah, I'm interested. What are your other conclusions about what she's going to do when she grows up? I love this.
I have no
I mean, I have a fascination about her going to school for photography, and then after freshman or sophomore year, she then transfers to social work or psychology, and she keeps photography on the side, but realizes, I want to do more good, for people.
Remember when she took photos of the Foston Found Girls?
Yeah.
Like, that was so wonderful.
Because that's my fear about her or people like her is that she, of course, she has this hero complex and she's got a little bit of survivor's remorse, or she's got these issues, right, with where she's come from and the other people that didn't get out of her same situation. And you also want Callie to become her own person and explore stuff that isn't always about paying back the debts that she feels like she owes or doing right and doing. I mean, all that's beautiful and wonderful, but I think you also want to see who is she? Who is she underneath it? What's her nature?
That's why I want to see her go to college away from everybody, away from Brandon, and then come back and join Bradley. But yeah, exactly. Become her own person.
Yeah.
Join Bradley. This is where we're at?
After
This is
college.
I didn't realize with the Courtney I'm getting so many insights. So this is the thing. You ship them. I just used that word in a sentence for the first time.
Correctly.
First time. Out loud.
I ship them long term. I do not ship them while they're in high school in the same house.
Agreed.
Okay.
I think later in life.
Okay.
Brittany Alyssa said Callie should fix Aaron up with someone.
Oh.
That might be cute. Although we don't really know Callie to have any other girlfriends besides Mariana, right?
And Daphne.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Daphne, right? Daphne.
I thought you did. Did you say Monty? I thought you did.
So guys,
Monty's dating.
how could I not suggest her? I would betray her entirely.
In the midst of all
if I
of these
didn't
characters
suggest
dating
her.
older, we're just gonna set up Monty and young Aaron.
Yeah, but I'm me, so I forget that I'm older. I still feel like I'm 15. It confuses me that I'm not at the kids' table anymore. I don't understand that at all.
Oh, God.
Every once in a while I'm oh right, I don't belong with them. I'm going to sit over here with
Totally
the adults.
have a Thanksgiving episode where Monty is invited and gets
sits
stuck at the kids' table. They absolutely should. And then sparks can fly between her and Aaron at the kids' table.
Done. Write that too, Taylor.
Yes.
I finally started feeling like an adult this week when I was
Really?
listening to the radio, and I'm a big fan of Shawn Mendes's music, and I looked him up, and homie just turned 18.
Yeah, toddler.
And I was like,
know,
oh my
you,
God, I'm 30 years older than him.
Well, how about
That's a
last
lie.
week when Noah was on the show and we purposely did not look up his age before because I didn't want to know and I wanted to try to guess how old, and then we Googled it after and I was like, he can't even drink yet.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What?
I had a meltdown about it.
What?
I know.
You're like,
I know.
Huh? What do you mean?
Crazy. It's just crazy.
It's very confusing.
Hollywood is so weird. I can never guess ages. I'm so bad at it, especially
And you
here.
shouldn't.
And
No.
Well, yeah.
And the actors who are younger, quite frankly, act more mature than the most of us who are in our late 20s, early 30s. It's very confusing to me.
When I was up for the Monty role, I kept saying to my reps, I don't think I'm gonna book it because I think I just look too young. the other women that were there auditioning for, I feel they look a lot older than me, and they kept saying no one's mentioned your age. Doesn't seem to be an issue to anybody else. I kept bringing it up. I don't.
No,
I just think I'm too young. Anyway, I'm not. Apparently, I'm not too young.
How old is Monty supposed to be, though?
No one's ever told. I've
Okay.
never asked to defend my ego. I've never actually asked how old
I
she's
think that's
supposed to
smart.
be.
That's okay.
You don't ask.
You gotta protect
Questions you
yourself.
don't want the answer to.
That's
There's
something
no
you-
good answer.
Yeah, that's something you create on your own and you choose the number you want.
That's right.
Exactly.
She's an 18-year-old genius. She's Doogie Howser.
To protect yourself, you need to propose and be like, she's 45, right?
Yeah.
And then people are like, you look great. You're like, I know.
I know.
That's
I
true.
know. Last thing we did not discuss is Cierra and the robot thing. She won. Yay. Jesus helped out. I don't want to say anything else.
We're gonna see more of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's segue into predictions, but more than that, do we have questions from Twitter for Annika?
You know what? It's mostly where what's your what set is your favorite place to shoot in? That was a question that I keep seeing.
That house is really fun.
house.
That house is really fun.
And it's on the soundstage, right?
Yeah, it's the inside is, and it's beautiful, and it's just fun if you've watched the show. Well, you've been on the set,
Yeah.
right? If you watch the show and then you're inside that house, it's
Yeah,
just surreal
gorgeous.
and fun.
I'm obsessed with the prop design of it too. It's so
Yeah.
full of stuff.
Yeah,
so
no, it's pretty
detailed.
warm.
So much Target stuff. on set. Like I have a lot of the stuff.
I shop on set. Last time I was there, I was like, where did you guys get these rugs? I want them. And then there were like lanterns and like, and I buy Monty's wardrobe. I was driving here and I was like, I need to turn around. This is a Monty dress. I cannot wear this, but like I like shop in my wardrobe fittings.
I love it.
Well, it's not good. It's just like I take my paycheck, I just hand it right back over to them.
And that everyone just loves you.
And then we want to talk about other things you're doing. You're doing a play in Hollywood right now?
Yes, called Church and State that Taylor's seen
Amazing.
twice.
Like, must see, honestly.
Oh my word. And that's
cool
at the
piece.
Skylight Theater.
The
if
Skylight
people
Theater
live in LA.
On Vermont. It's really I think a very good piece. It's a world premiere. It's about what would happen if a Republican senator up for re-election said 3 days before his re-election campaign or a bid, I no longer believe in a God that would allow school shootings to happen, and it's just everything that happens in response to that.
Oh, wow.
It's a really, really cool piece.
But like, believe it or not, it's actually really funny too.
Yes, I'm
like,
sorry,
it's
I should say that.
It's like there's a lot of comedy in it, despite it's like very moving too. But it's like that good mix. So
That's fascinating.
Thank you.
Well, it was so much fun to have you back with us. Thank you for
I
joining
love
us.
being here. You guys are great.
Thank you. And of course, thank you to Taylor.
oh my gosh, thanks for having me.
course.
This is so exciting.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for interning all summer. We'll miss you when you go back to college.
I'm gonna miss you guys too.
Not to age you.
20 years old.
Age her down.
Wait, the fans really want us to predict because we didn't predict last time.
Oh my god.
Can we do like 2 seconds?
Out of time,
AfterBuzz
so give us.
TV predictions.
We're out of time, so give it like brief predictions.
Okay,
Taylor,
well,
you start.
I'm so excited that Callie's like helping Kyle, but I'm also really scared it's gonna come back and burn her because I feel like everything does.
So Lizette told me that on Twitter that episode 409 is titled New York, so maybe Bradley are gonna go to New York together and look at schools. I don't know, whatever, go.
Ha, I have nothing. Go.
I'm just excited to see the Jude and Noah relationship.
Yes.
We saw a kiss and the promo. Oh my god. Annika, are you allowed or able to say anything?
I'm going to predict that I'm going to come back with an answer to the bed skirt question.
Yes!
And I will.
I'm going to predict that I'll cheer.
Text me.
Wow.
Done.
Where can everybody find you on Twitter until next time?
Annika_Marks.
Fantastic. Taylor?
Oh, Alphaba_Ann, and on Instagram Taylor_Gates_.
Jillian Leff on Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook at Jillian Leff Official.
You all can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Hotshot Dude.
And I tweet from Jeff Masters 1. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye.
Good time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.